Hey, what's going on, guys? Josh Barr making a quick video talking about why I stopped driving for Uber and started boycotting Express Tire. Now, I've stopped driving for a while now, but looking back into how I used to drive a year ago, I had just moved to San Diego, and I used to drive in Charlotte, and then when I moved to San Diego, I transferred the rideshare app. I had to transfer cities. So with Lyft, you email them, and within a week, the same week, you could drive for Lyft. With Uber, you had to go through the whole process all over again and do the background check and all the stuff. So Uber wants to inspect the car again. So they're like, okay, you have to go to Express Tire and get your car inspected. So I go to Express Tire. I'm like, hey, I used to drive in Charlotte, but I got to do this all over again. Oh, cool, it'll be quick and easy. So they walk around the car, inspect it. The guy comes out. He says, hey, everything's good except the brake light doesn't work. The rear brake light doesn't work. So I'm like, all right. And at the time, Uber was doing like a $1,000 promotion, where if you used to drive for Lyft, you get a $1,000 promotion. And since I was doing the whole process all over again in a different, part of the country, I was like, okay, maybe they'll give me that $1,000 because I drive for Lyft in Charlotte. So I was like, whatever. I was hoping that was the case. And the technician, the Express Tires technician, he was saying the brake light doesn't work. It's probably the brake pedal sensor that's not catching, and blah blah blah. So it's $100 for the diagnosis, and then $70 for the part and removing and replacing the brake pedal switch. So I was like, all right, man, just do it. Just get it over with. I'll make my money back. So they changed the part, the brake pedal switch, sensor, whatever, and it's not that. Like it still didn't work. So they take off the part, put the old one back in, but they still charge me the $100 for the diagnosis, and then the guy comes out and says, or the manager comes out and says, hey, I think it's the computer. I think it's the computer of a Cadillac CTS, so it's about $1,000. And I was like, $1,000 for a brake light? I was like, yeah, no, thanks a lot, man. So I take off, and I'm kind of looking at it, and okay, the brake light doesn't work. And I go to the back, change the fuse, and it works. I went to AutoZone, or O'Reilly's, one of them, and I got about 6 fuses for about $4. It was a $4 fix, but they wanted to charge me $1,000, and that wasn't even the answer. It would have been so after that, I was just like pissed off. I stopped going to Express Tire, and I just kept driving for Lyft. I was like, you know what, like Uber wants to be difficult, I'm just gonna drive for Lyft. And I was still averaging $20 an hour with Lyft, and Lyft riders are more pleasant, or at the time they were more pleasant than Uber riders. So I was like, man, I don't need to put up with this. And it pisses me off because, these guys are supposedly ASC certified, and Mechanics 101 says, if the light doesn't turn on, change the bulb, change the fuse. Really? Change the bulb, change the fuse, and they want to charge me. They still charge me $100 for the diagnosis, but it's like, for what, a shit job? So, from what I understood, you had to get your car inspected, or you couldn't drive for Uber. And I didn't find out till later that Uber had a place where you could go and get your car inspected. But I drove for months without Uber, and I was doing good. But after a while, I was, you know what? Let me see, if I can get some Uber surge or whatever, that'll make a difference. And at the same time, you kind of save your rating. Because, if you get a couple bad ratings on Uber or a couple bad ratings on Lyft, you still got the other one. So think about like 8-9 months later, I went back and I had to do the background check again, and then so I did it, and then I showed up a week later and they lost it, so I had to do it again. And I don't know, they just kept playing the ring around the rosy, and I was like, man, these guys took forever. But then I was pretty much done with it, man. Like I was just good with Lyft. But for sure, I'm not going to Express Tire again. Like that place was trash. I mean, I don't know where they came out with the computer was broken. That it was a glitch. It had a glitch or something. I don't know. It wasn't $1,000. I'll tell you that. It was a $4 fuse. So with that, stay anabolic. Boycott Express Tire. And you know, if you want to do Uber, you know, do it at your own discretion. See y'all next time.